Hey everybody, it's Olivia with Freedom at the Mat. So listen, we all know by now that Freedom at the Mat is a safe and sacred place for women to find their peace, find their freedom, and improve their health and wellness. We are offering fun, expert conversations, also real life, real woman conversations with helpful information that you can apply to your life today. Like today, we're going to speak with Elena Brown, who's a holistic wellness coach, about holistic medicine and nutrition for you to improve your life. Listen in. You're so So today we've got Elena Brown, also known as Elle. She's a holistic health and wellness coach with a passion for sharing the power of juicing. New Orleans born, Charlotte based Brown is a mother of two who became interested in holistic health when her teenage daughter was prescribed a month's worth of antibiotics, for a skin issue. Seeking a better solution, she connected with a holistic doctor, and after 90 days of dietary changes and herbal supplements, her daughter's skin began to clear. This experience was eye-opening for Elena and was a catalyst for her to further educate herself in holistic health, becoming a certified health coach and herbalist. Welcome, Elle Brown, to Freedom at the Mat. Elle, are you in the house?
I'm here.
Hey, sister, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you? You look beautiful.
Thank you. I brought some red. I knew you were going to be pretty, so I had to kind of pull it all together, red lipstick, everything. I want you to help us understand once and for all, what is holistic medicine? Like I hear it all the time, Elena, like real talk.
Yes.
And being somebody who's into wellness, you would think that I would know, but I really would like for you to define it for us. What is it?
Of course, yes. So holistic medicine is simple. It's taking into consideration the whole person, holistic, whole person. That's how I started to remember it, right? So it means the mind, the body, and the spirit, making sure we tend to all of those things because they are interconnected, and finding balance in mind, body, and spirit. So Western medicine tends to focus on symptoms and treating symptoms of these underlying issues. And so holistic medicine, I tend to believe, gets to the root of those issues, the root, like what's causing the cough or what's causing the congestion, what's causing these things that Western medicine tends to treat, which again are the symptoms. So we pay attention in holistic medicine or holistic practices to the whole person, the whole being, what's going on in your mind, what's going on in your body, and what's going on in your spirit.
Yeah. What is it about holistic medicine that makes you advocate for it in such a way that's like, I'm riding or dying with it? Nobody can turn me around.
Yeah, that's it. So I would say first of all, I have seen it work for many people. So I have coached people via my own experience and then diving deep into this rabbit hole of learning and educating myself and taking courses and getting certified and all the things. And so through that, I've been able to help a number of people, many women of color, many women who look like me. And I have seen results from it. I have done it time and time again. But more than that, more than the people that I've seen it in my own health, right? I've used it in my own practices. I've used it in my family, and I've seen the changes that it brings forth. And I feel different. My skin looks different. So it has impacted not only the people that I serve and that I've helped, but I know it works because I've done it on myself. So there's no better testimony than the one of your own body, your own health, and your family and friends and people that you love and care about most deeply. I've shared those things with them as well, and I've seen results. So no turning around for me because I've seen it. I've seen it happen, and I've seen it be successful.
Very well. So tell me this. So you are now a holistic wellness coach. So you're now coaching a lot of different people, men and women. But since we are focused on women, I'd like for you to share with us, what are some of the common themes or issues that women who are seeking holistic wellness come to you for?
Oh, that's a good one. So I would say number one is weight management. Everybody's trying to be summertime fine, trying to step on the beach and want to feel confident and good about themselves. And not just for summer, but generally, I think women, and I think it's tied to emotion, which again, remember, mind, body, and spirit. So weight management is a really big one. Also, stress and anxiety. I feel like a lot of women come to me with that. And I think it's because we are the pillars of many of our families. We are the backbones. We carry a lot of weight. We tend to have to help our families in a major way, and so that brings on a lot of stress and anxiety for a lot of women. And also, I would say the third thing is probably hormonal imbalances and fertility. That's a really big one too.
Very well. So let's talk
Yeah.
about the weight thing for a moment, just for a moment. Can you help us?
Yeah.
Because some things have happened recently in my life, and I
Okay.
went through this Goldman Sachs program, and I went through a semester, and I
Yep.
found myself heavier than I've been in a long time.
Yep.
So, holistically, can you just give me and all the other sisters listening a little bit of recommendation of what we can do from a holistic perspective for weight?
Yep. Number one is tap into those emotions. It's you're not able to really release, whether that's weight, water retention, etc., because you're holding so much stress. We carry it in our hips, we carry it in our weight. It's everywhere. So I think the first
Mhm.
thing is addressing your mind and how you manage and deal with stress. So before you go to like the eating and the dieting and the exercising, first, okay, let's think about how I can center myself, anchor myself a bit. And for some people, that might be yoga, right? That might be meditation practices. That might be just sitting and journaling. How do I feel today? Like really take an inventory of what that is and release that. Sometimes it's a good cry, okay? And that'll help just to move that energy, move those emotions. And then we can, in addition to that, address things like your diet and your exercise and how much movement are you getting in a day, how, like, what are you eating. We don't eat nearly as many fruits and vegetables as we should, so our metabolism is not where it needs to be. So first things first is I would address the emotion. So how you say you were taking on that Goldman Sachs
Program. Was this?
program, that was, yeah, you may have been stressed during that time. You may have been like, oh my God, this is a lot. And so your body goes into like, what's going on? Are we okay? Let's hold on to what we have because we're in stress right now. We're in duress. So that's the kind of thing that happens within your body from an emotional standpoint.
Thank you for that. Just
Yeah.
starting with that
Yeah.
acknowledgement is the first step. Thank you. All
So
right. I need to get my holistic medicine cabinet together. And I'd
yes.
like you to tell me which three things, whether it's tinctures, salve, solutions, should be in
Mm.
every well woman's medicine cabinet.
Ooh, three. That's gonna be hard. Okay, so I would say, the modality depends on you. So whether there's a tincture or salve or a pill in pill form or a tea, that's gonna be dependent on your body and what you need, your lifestyle, all those things. But I would say three things would be ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is an herb. It's an adaptogen herb, so it's good for helping your body to adapt to daily stressors. It's also good for helping to manage hormones, so that's a good one to have, ashwagandha. I would also say chamomile. Chamomile is also a very gentle herb. It's good for resting and relaxation. It's also good for digestion. And number three, so we have ashwagandha, we have chamomile, and I would say turmeric or like a ginger for inflammation. So both those are anti-inflammatory, and turmeric is especially good for our joints, ladies, because as we get older, our joints are not what they used to be. I know everybody likes to be like, oh, I have mega knees, Megan Thee Stallion knees. They are not always built like that all the time. So we need to make sure we're taking care of that inflammation in our bodies and taking care of our joints. And we're also really high risk for osteoporosis. I don't know if a lot of us know that too. So as we age, osteoporosis can become a factor, but ginger and turmeric especially helps with those. So I think those three things. And if I could give a bonus, can I give one more?
Absolutely. Two. You can give me however many you need us to have. It's
Okay.
like I had a limited budget. I need to go out and get this together today. So I need to
Yes.
get two things. I can get five. I can get five.
Yeah, I'll give one more for my ladies because I
Okay.
think this one is just a good to have in your cabinet. I have it for myself. I have it for my daughter as she matriculates through her life and through womanhood. I would say red raspberry leaf. Red raspberry leaf is really great for menstrual health. And it is really great for like just overall hormonal menstrual health and fertility. And so because I named fertility as one of the things that a lot of women come to me about, that seems to be a common theme, I would say learn more about that herb. It's a really good one. It's very gentle again. And also it helps with menstrual cramping. So if you deal with menstrual cramping quite a bit, try red raspberry leaf. That's it. I could go on and
No,
on, but I'm gonna stop right there.
no, that's great, right? So you're getting us started, right? For those of us
Yes.
who want to like delve into it. So I'd like for you to help me a little bit deeper here. Two
Okay.
questions around that. So you told us ashwagandha,
Yes.
chamomile, red raspberry, and turmeric.
Yes.
Are there any recommended forms, pills, teas, how we should use it? Because as you know, people take things, water them down all the time, and you'll see like a red raspberry like pillow. Like you'll start seeing like random stuff, and you're like, okay, that's probably not helpful. But they're taking pieces of it and putting it in the
Yeah.
product and selling it. So
Yeah.
do you have a recommended form? Do you have a recommended milligram or just anything to kind of guide us to get the right potion for us?
Yes. So I would say number one is to make sure you're getting it from a reputable source, an herbalist, a local herb shop, or somewhere that you trust to make sure the quality of the herb is good. I would not say to go into a grocery store and just pick up red raspberry leaf by Lipton or something because it's almost like dust. When if you open that tea bag, although it's convenient, it's like dust particles. You pull it out and it is really nothing. It's not going to help you very much. So I would say go to an herbalist or an herb shop that sells the red raspberry leaf herb itself, and then you can put it in a tea bag yourself and do it that way. As far as the modality, as far as like should it be a tincture? Should it be a pill form? Should it be in a tea? It depends on a couple things. One being your lifestyle. What do you have time for? Because a lot of times it can be intimidating, right? Like, okay, I have all these herbs. How do I take it? What am I supposed to do with it? I have a very busy life. So maybe pills work best for you. Also, or my personal recommendation, I would always say go for a tea. I love teas. I think the potency is a lot better when you can take it in a tea form as opposed to like a pill form. But most importantly, above all, make sure you are sitting down with an herbalist or a holistic health coach or your doctor, if you can find a naturopathic doctor, to figure out which modality is best for you. Because also, different herbs call for different things. So, one herb, it might be okay, an infusion, which is like a tea, is best. And then in another one, oh, a tincture might be the best because of the type of herb it is. Some dissolve better in different things. So one might be better in an oil versus being decocted in a water. So there's some science behind that. So it's not a one size fits all, even down to how much you take, depending on what you're taking it for. If you're taking it for management daily, if you're taking it because you have a specific issue that you're trying to correct. So I'm not going to get on here and prescribe that. I cannot do that. But I will tell you to seek a certified holistic health coach or a herbalist or a naturopathic doctor to see what works best for you.
Well, and that actually leads to my next question.
Yes.
There's so much hullabaloo, if you will,
Okay.
around these products. I wanted to know how we would actually know if a product is truly organic or
Yes.
truly holistic. Is there any way we're going to know, or we have to just trust that herbalist?
Yeah. So there's a lot of conspiracy. Even when you think you know, people be like, oh, well, no, that's not it. You can't trust. But my best piece of advice is there are USDA certified organic stickers. So we have to read, y'all. We have to look at these labels. We have to read the packaging. We have to do our due diligence to make sure we're taking in the right thing. So you will see USDA stickers on anything that is certified organic. Okay, so make sure you're reading your labels. Also, for produce, for fruit, for example, there are PLU codes on these fruit. There's a little sticker with a barcode, and typically it should have a PLU. PLUs are typically 4 digits, okay? But when it is organic, the number 9 will be right before those 4 digits that come afterwards. So, for example, bananas, the PLU code, if you go into any grocery store right now and look on the sticker, the PLU code for conventional bananas is 4011. However, if they are organic or if they're in the organic section, those labels should read 94011. So that is a way that you could tell what produce is organic versus not. It should always have that number 9 right before the 4 digit PLU code for your produce. So those are two ways that you can easily kind of spot whether something's organic or not.
Thank you so much. I
Yeah.
feel so enlightened and educated. Now I'm going to go to Trader Joe's later on today,
Yes.
and I'm going to look for the 9 on everything I touch. Think 9, 9. No, Elena said no. So thank you
That's
for
right.
that. What holistic medicine helps manage heart disease, diabetes, and fibroids? I know those are 3 diseases that women, especially women of color, tend to deal with a little bit more. Do you have any holistic medicine recommendations that help us? I know it won't cure it, and I don't want
Yes.
to do that, but
Yes.
like anything that kind of helps us manage those particular disease states?
Yeah. So that's a really good one. Heart disease, y'all, is number 1 for us. It is number 1. So we have to more than just a one herb or one this or one that, holistically, right? Bringing us back to that holistic conversation. The way we live our lives, how we manage our stress, our diet, what we're eating, movement. It doesn't just have to be in the gym. It doesn't just have to be, running 10 miles or whatever. Get some movement in. It could be some gentle yoga. It could be a walk around your neighborhood, but we have to move our bodies. So holistically managing all of those things. But I will say for heart disease, let's think of something that we all probably have. Garlic. Garlic is great for lowering blood pressure. I'll give you 2 for heart disease. So garlic and pomegranate. Those are my 2 babies when it comes to managing blood pressure and lowering cholesterol. So those 2 things are going to be really great for that. If you're dealing with some blood pressure issues, heart issues, garlic is a good one, and so is pomegranate. We said diabetes, cinnamon. Cinnamon is a good thing to incorporate. It could be in your smoothie. It can be in your juice. I'll put a little cinnamon in some juice in a heartbeat. But that helps to fight against like insulin resistance and helps to lower your blood sugar as well. So cinnamon is a good one. Most people can deal with cinnamon. You can put it in your tea, put a cinnamon stick in a tea of your choice that you enjoy, and that can help regulate it a bit. And also fibroids. Fibroids can be very tricky depending on the size, um, a lot of things. So I would absolutely positively advise you to see someone specifically for your specific situation. But generally speaking, chaseberry or vitex, it's the same thing. That helps to regulate hormones. So just hormonal balance in general. Chaseberry vitex is a really good herb that you can use for hormonal balance to kind of keep things at bay. But again, fibroids are tricky and it takes a lot more to get that under control and underway. So definitely see somebody. But I think those things will help, generally speaking, for those particular issues, because we do see it a lot.
Beautiful. Question for you. Which berry was that for fibroids?
Chasteberry or Vitex, Vitex.
Okay,
But
beautiful.
it's
Thank you.
also known as chaseberry.
Chase berries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
very. And so, as we round this out, this has been so insightful. Garlic, pomegranate, vitex, cinnamon,
Cinnamon.
some ways that we can really naturally stave ourselves and manage these diseases. I have to ask, right?
Yeah.
if I am someone at home who has been depending upon pharma, depending upon Tylenol and Aleve, and I'm like, what is she even talking about? Does this stuff really work? What would you say to that person who's just like, I'm sticking with my Tylenol, Aleve, and all of my Xanax, everything that I have in my particular pill box?
I would say I was once you. I get it. I was there. Listen, I come from New Orleans. I'm born and raised in New Orleans. Our food is bomb. Okay, so for me to change my diet, okay, for me to step away from the gumbo and all the goodness that comes from my city and how we ate and what I was used to was a challenge. So I get it. I was there. I was once you. I was in the cycle of all the things. It wasn't until I had a health scare of my own, it wasn't until my daughter went through what she went through that kind of opened my eyes when I saw it work for myself. And I was patient. You have to be patient. It does not like work overnight. So if you take one of these herbs or you practice using one of these herbs and you don't see results just happen in the next 24 hours, some herbs will do that, but a lot of them won't. It takes time to see results. We have to learn to be patient with ourselves and with our bodies and figure out what we need. If you can do that, I would almost guarantee that you will see results. And this is coming from a person who was there once. Take one step at a time. Baby steps is the best way to get there. If you're feeling like, oh, I don't know about that, girl. I don't, I need me an Aleve. Try turmeric. Try, try ginger. Put a piece of ginger in your juice or piece of in your tea and just see how you feel one step at a time. Because I could almost guarantee you will probably see a difference. So take your time, be patient with yourself. And again, try it on yourself before you try it on your family members or others so that you can see how it feels and works in your body. But I get it. I was once there, but when you start to see the results and how much better you feel and how the difference in your skin and all the things, you're like, oh no, I've been tricked. I've been bamboozled.
I know that you are a very in demand holistic wellness coach. If anybody listening or watching wants to use your services, are you available for new clients?
That's right.
Where can they find you, Elle? Where should they go to learn more about you, get some more insights from you, and to sign up?
Yes, I am all over these internet streets at Get Well with L. So Get Well with ELLE. You can find me on any platform with that tag.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time today, Elena. I really appreciate you. We appreciate you on behalf of the Freedom at the Mac community. Getting content like this that we can all use as we need to is really valuable. So thank you. And to our community today, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you at the next one. Ashe.